Hello, everyone. This is Kellen Olson with KTAR News. So fortunate to be spending a few minutes here with Will Ospreay of All Elite Wrestling. Will, thanks for taking the time, man.
Thank you very much for having me, boss man. I'm looking forward to it.
Will is in the main event of AEW's Double or Nothing that is taking place on Sunday at Desert Diamond Arena. Head to AEWTix.com. Tix AEW Tix?
AEWTIX.com.
There you go. He knows his business. AEWTix.com to get your tickets. I cannot recommend it enough. My goal today, Will, is that we're going to have a handful of people. I would guess the majority of people watching have never been to a professional wrestling event before. Okay. If we can get one person to go to the
mission
thing
accomplished, mate.
Exactly. The thing that you and I love so much. If we can get like one person to go, that's my goal. You're in the main event. You're taking on Hangman Adam Page in the final of the Owen Hart Cup. A lot of stakes we'll get to with that match here in a moment. But to those people that we're talking to who've never been to a wrestling show, what would be your pitch to them to get them to come out?
I mean, listen, I come from Essex in England. So every single week I make the trip. I leave Tuesday. I leave my little 6-year-old behind. And this has always been like a pipe dream, man. Like I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would ever be in a position where I'm a weekly American TV wrestling star. I cannot tell you enough. Like if anyone's ever had like a dream or an aspiration to chase, I've implored them to chase, just because like on paper, like in the school's eyes, in the educational system eyes in England, I was deemed a failure, right? I was a kid that wanted to go on to college. My mum was someone who owned a drama school, right? And I would go and be a part of those drama schools. And all the kids that were in that drama school also went to the same school as me. And I always wanted to do something in performing. And to do that, there was a college over in Essex where I'm from. It was called Palmer's College, and they were the biggest performing arts college at the time. Everyone went there, right? But to get there, I needed a C in maths, English, and science. Didn't get it. Yeah. I was the only, and the worst bit is, of all the kids, I was the only one from my mum's drama group that didn't get into that college. The reason why I'm so proud of this is now I am the only person who is making any type of money in performance arts, and that is because I didn't give up on this dream, man. I wanted to be a pro wrestler so bad. I wanted to perform for people. So this isn't about just me chasing a dream in wrestling. This is just about chasing a dream, full stop. Like I didn't give up on my dream. I was deemed a failure, and throughout all of this, as long as I just kept that heart, that ambition, and that desire, I've somehow found myself over here performing in the main event this Sunday, going for the Owen Hart Memorial Cup tournament, and the winner of that is going on to our biggest show of the year, AEW All in Texas, the 12th of July, going for the world title if I win. And to me, like, if there's anyone that's just ever wanted a dream and wants to just support some ADHD kid who's just running for it, man, like I got told, don't stop, just run. And here I am, I'm near that finish line, bruv. And I get the story correct here. You are going back to England weekly, right?
Yes, to spend time with your family, and you're coming back here every week to make this dream a reality, right?
Fly Tuesday, land Tuesday night, don't really sleep, wrestle Wednesday, fly Thursday, land Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, ring cycle, repeat every single week.
It's unbelievable, man. And I want to say to the people watching, and if you've been like interested by wrestling, or if you're someone who like grew up on the nostalgia stuff, of course, from 15, 20 years ago, and you haven't dipped back in yet, this is a perfect time to come, because for my money, this guy's the best wrestler in the world.
Thank you very much,
Hands
man.
down, man. I cannot wait to see you and Hanger in the main event on Sunday. There's so many stakes that you mentioned there with that match. For one, just like honoring Owen, of course, and winning that trophy is one thing for sure, but also the title, and then main eventing your guys' biggest show, where you guys have had over 70,000 people, over 40,000 people there before. What part of like this match sort of means the most to you? Because something you and Hangman talked about on Wednesday too is just how both you just need this. You need it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. None of us can afford to lose. I think that's the thing that's going to be more interesting, is not only like what happens to the winner, but what happens to the loser as well. And that's when you find out on the weekly TVs. That's what makes it so exciting. We have found this incredible blend between showing people that when the bell rings, there is no one on this planet that wrestles better than the AEW roster. But now we have got this incredible blend of just this emotional attachment to all the characters. For me, this is super important, just because like for years upon years I've always wanted that responsibility, but never really understood what was in front of me. Like for years I've been a very, very immature young man in front of like the world I've grown up, and it would be the biggest honor of my entire life if I could win this and then go on to Arlington on July the 12th, win that, and then on August the 24th AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is a company that I spent 8 years of my life in, are doing a joint show in the O2, which is 30 minutes from my house, man. And there's so many people that saw me as a very, very young man. Like, I've performed up and down the UK in tiny working men's club halls to York halls and electric ballrooms up and down the country. And I would love nothing more than to come back as a world champion. Do you know what I mean? Like, I leave my son every Tuesday, and he doesn't really understand like what wrestling is. Like, his friends now watch it. His friends at school, like, and they see me at the show at the school when I pick him up, and they like look, and it's so like cool to see that. But like, little boy's eyes, man, light up because I'm Superman to him, man, and that's like, I hold that with a great deal of responsibility. But I would love nothing more for him to see me as like this attraction and this world beater, mate.
Believe you are that attraction, sir. We have the phrase in like sports where like this guy's worth the price of admission. So like LeBron James is worth the price of admission. Patrick Mahomes worth the price of admission. I guarantee you're going to get your money's worth on Sunday. You and Hangman, I mentioned Mercedes Moné, Jamie Hayter in the women's final as well. There's Anarchy in the Arena, which like I've seen it before. But that's great for someone that doesn't know wrestling. If you don't know wrestling and you just want to come just for that match is sheer chaos. So for like one of the craziest things that ever happened in that match is a guy got set on fire. Like, it's like, and like a lot of people are like, well, why would I want to watch that? And it's just like a guy got set on fire and it was a part of a show. Absolutely fine. But like, do you know what I mean? It's just like anything can happen in that match. They play banging songs and they just beat each other up all in the sand. It's such an intimate environment. You are like actually in that match in a weird way because the fans are inside the brawl with them all, and they're actually like sweat will fly off and there'll be blood everywhere. There'll be tables. There'll be like music playing in the background and guys just beating the hell out of one another. That is the best match to show someone who doesn't really understand wrestling, because that is just like, it's just guys fighting. And where you're seated in the arena, I should say, like the action could come to you. It's going to be all over the place. It actually could. In the arena,
it will come to you.
It will come to you. There was a guy that got hit by a go-kart one time. Kenny Omega ran over Sammy Guevara with a go-kart one time. There was another.
Someone got hung upside down and super kicked in the face and shattered his nose. Like, mate, there's a lot. That match is chaos. Like, I wish I was a part of it, to be honest. Like, but one of these days,
you'll be focused on the main event, I'm sure, and you'll have to watch it back another time. But is there another match beyond those two that you're looking forward to the most to watch that night?
I'm really looking forward to Okada and Speedball. I think that is, if anyone's ever been like a fan of Japanese wrestling, like Okada was kind of like the face of the golden age of New Japan, and Speedball is just one of these guys who just went out there every single night around the world just tearing it up. I'm really looking forward to seeing that because like that's such a contrast of styles. But I won't lie, I'm really looking forward to the girls. I think Hayter and Monet are actually going to like kill it, eh?
You guys are going to have something to top with them, man. Like you guys
it's going to be hard, but like I am very, very confident in my abilities. I'm very confident in Hangman's abilities that we can bring this home and get, because I feel like the one thing that we have right now is that we have everybody's full attention.
Yes.
Like the Anarchy Arena is going to be kind of like a party, but like I feel like with every move that we hit, people are going to be on the edge of their seat because like, once again, neither one of us can lose, but someone has to.
Funny you brought up Speedball, because I'm sure a handful of wrestling fans in the States have mentioned this to you before, but the first time I watched you wrestle was on the PWG DVDs when you made your debut at Bola.
Oh, my Lord.
In 2015. That Mark Andrews match I still think about is like in terms of like a 10 to 11 minute match is just like perfect to me. And it was one of those things where, you know, when you watch like a TV show and you see someone like guest star on the show and you're like, oh, I hope I see them around. That would be great.
Again, yeah.
Your debut, it was like, oh, I hope I see Will Ospreay around. That'd be great. And little do I know as a fan, 10 years later, here you are, the guy with AEW, the guy in Japan that you went on to become. In that Bola, you faced Speedball, which is, it's funny how that kind of works. Like 10 years later, he's in the company, you're in the company. When you go in, I wanted to ask you, like 10 years ago, AEW wasn't feasible. I don't know how like feasible like New Japan and Japan was to you. And I was curious where you look at that kid, where he was, because you were just like 22, I want to say, 10 years ago. Is that how old you were back
22,
in 20?
Yeah.
That 22-year-old kid, if like we're calling it like it is, with how little you had accomplished compared to what you've accomplished now. How do you look back on where your goals were at now and what you've accomplished?
Oh, mate, that's a real good question, because there's parts of me that don't recognize like that kid anymore, man. Like I used to be very nimble. Like
sleeve,
yeah, man. I used to have like a little sleeve to hide my skinny arms. Like I always like panicked about like my body, and like still to this day, like I do have like some type of body dysmorphia, but just back then I was just excited because like I grew up watching a lot of this. Like, I mean, every time there was like a PWG show, like, and all my mates were like, "Yo, the trailer just dropped," and like, no, and like we always got excited, and we would sometimes steal some of their ideas, and we would apply it to the indies over here. And I just never imagined that we would ever really be able to like make that feat from there. But when, like you said, AEW wasn't a thing 10 years ago, so my goals were always to wrestle in Japan. My goals were always just to be, because like I was obsessed with junior heavyweight style wrestling, because that's something that I just sink my teeth into, that style of just like the fast pace, the drive and the determination with all those junior heavyweights. Like Liger was like a huge part of like my enjoyment of junior heavyweight wrestling, as well as Kushida, and getting to like wrestle in that PWG atmosphere. And then going from there, because like I didn't know at that time, like I hadn't wrestled Okada yet. I think I just wrestled AJ Styles, and then I done PWG, and then I wrestled Okada, and then from there it was just kind of like my main goal was to be a part of the Best of Super Juniors, and on my first time there I won it. It was like I couldn't get over it. So then there was just this mindset of like, okay, like this was just a goal and I ticked it off super early. I'm 23 years old and I just won the Best of Super Juniors. I can only imagine if I just put my mind to this, like what I could actually like achieve. And it's been such an incredible roller coaster of emotions. And like, I generally just thought, I've been real with you, I thought I would just be the kid in Japan for the rest of my life, because I was never going to move over to the United States. It's just something that it's been like, it's not a case of like, I don't like it out here. I do. It's just an anxiety because it is so big. Like England is small and I quite like it. Like I quite like the fact that it's small and it's compact and it's just like everyone knows one another. Everyone's polite to an extent. But I have a weird anxiety about living in America. But the more I've like come over here, like the more I've just been so grateful of just that there is a company that can cater to my living in England. And I just fly out every single week. I don't complain about it. Mate, I love it. And I've just got this huge admiration and huge respect for the company. And that's why like I've got this mindset now of I want to treat this place with respect and lead. Like I want to be the main champion. I want to be the leader. I want to be the captain of this place. So in that way, anyone that comes in from this point on, like I'm the bar and I treat this place with respect. I treat this place with courtesy. And if you guys don't, then I just don't think you belong here.
Did you imagine you would be able to support your family the way that you're able to now?
Nah, mate, not at all. Like, I mean, when I first met my missus, I was still in New Japan, and we was. I remember when I said like, okay, like I kind of want to do this because like she has a kid, and I remember being like, man, that's a responsibility in itself, like taking care of somebody else's kid. But like I just said, like, no one's going to do it better than me. So like this is the time to step up. And ever since then, like my life has completely changed, and I owe them so much of just like getting me back on the straight and narrow and not being an idiot at times. So then just I see things with like clear perspective. And then when the opportunity arose and I done everything that I wanted to do in New Japan, there was just a chance to be like, all right, well, this company will allow me to stay at home, will pay me really, really well, and they will allow me to be as creative as physically possible. And as soon as I came in here, I had the mindset of, right, this place is number one. And like, there's a lot of things that just kind of like people can have flaws in every field of the aspect, but as long as when the bell rings, are we the best wrestlers in the world? Damn right we are.
Absolutely, man. Totally agree. Last question I had before I let you go, a little bit offbeat. So I cover basketball mainly. Like that's my main like 9 to 5 that nice. I do. And as a wrestler, you are incredibly athletic. Like you go beyond belief in terms of like agility, explosiveness, and it just makes me wonder what other athletic possibilities you could have done beyond wrestling. Was there a sport that you gravitated to with how fast you were and things like that?
I was a really good goalkeeper for like football or soccer to you guys, but I was a really good goalkeeper. But I'll be honest, I didn't think of any other like, I mean, okay, so there was one time like I could have tried out for the Olympic gymnastic team.
Whoa.
But like never even like got around to it. They wanted me to try out for it, and I just
they were scouting correctly with that. Yeah.
I mean,
for the right guy.
but not really. Like, because a lot of my stuff was I was self-trained.
Okay.
Like my gymnastic training was I would watch WCW. I'd see how Billy Kidman done a shooting star press. Terribly, I'm going to add as well. Like, I think Billy Kidman's got the worst shooting star press in the world, eh? But I admired the shooting star press so much, and I would just fast forward, rewind, see where his arms are, see where his legs are. And then I'd go out to my trampoline, I'd try it. Then I'd put the trampoline up against a ledge, and I would like do it off of things that wasn't bouncy to try and nail it. And that was my like gymnast training. So then like it was funny. My dad would take me to these classes, and it would just be like, okay, like try this out. And they like my dad says like he took me to try like this first gymnastics class. He left, came back in an hour, and the coach was like, yeah, he's not beginner. He's got to go to advanced like now. And then like I did it for a little bit. Like I think I'd done it for about 6 months, and then they wanted me to try it for the Olympic. And I had no fascination in it. Okay. I just could not be bothered with it. I was so fascinated with wrestling, and I think that's actually near the time when I actually discovered like Japanese wrestling. So like we would just like mad kids, we would just watch like Noah and Dragon Gate, and we'd be like, let's just get some mats out. We'd practice it on there. Like there's videos on YouTube of me like in my school. Like my mum would do like drama rehearsals in the school that I would go to, and we would break into the gym and get the crash mats out. We would practice moves on that rather than being in the drama school.
Man, I'm glad that you picked wrestling, to be clear, but I am fascinated by the idea of Will Ospreay doing flips in the Olympics.
I don't think I would last.
On the rings, maybe? I could see you on the rings, maybe.
No, mate, I haven't got that type of upper body strength. I ain't got that. Screw that, brother.
Will, I appreciate the time so much. Again, AEW Double or Nothing, Desert Diamond Arena on Sunday. Please check it out. An incredible human being at the very least who is awesome at what he does. I hope you guys are able to check it out. Will, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me, boss man.
Goodbye, everyone.